डोलाते डोरा शिव जी नु सजदा झोलाते डोरा गौरा नु सजदा तुशाला ओ भोले बाबा गौरा नु सजदा तुशाला।
Students, please note that the use of phones is not allowed in this platform today. Not only will it disturb the proceedings, it will also not add to the very seriousness of what we are about to begin. So academics has told me that if anybody is caught using a phone, it will be confiscated. So my suggestion is, please put your phones on silent and put it away where you don't need to take it out while the proceedings are going on. Thank you. Students, please sit down in a professional manner. There is too much of laughing and joking happening somewhere in the center and the back. This needs to also stop. I repeat, this is a showcase event and needs to be handled in that manner.
Dignitaries would be starting the program soon, and the guests are about to arrive. Please put your phones on the silent mode, please.
Hello, check. Harivikas sir, I request you to please ask faculties to, occupy the front chairs. The guests are arriving soon. Discipline committee, make sure no chair is empty. Please occupy all the chairs. Ask everyone to occupy. Ask faculty members to occupy the front chairs, please. Requesting all the faculties to please come forward and occupy the front chairs. The white chair with the blue bow. No chair should look non-occupied. Please occupy all the chairs here. Surajit sir, please occupy this front row. The guests are already arrived in the campus. They'll be coming to the venue soon. So everyone please maintain the decorum of this venue. Thank you.
और ये है क्या
जो डिले नहीं है वो आ जाएगा, एकदम परफेक्ट करो।
सर मोबाइल यूज नहीं करना है, डाल दो।
सर आप बोल दीजिए।
विलेन बना देते हो।
सर हमारी बातों पे भरोसा नहीं
करते हैं आप लोग अच्छे बच्चों। गुड आफ्टरनून। अभी वी आर स्टिल इन द आफ्टरनून। Good afternoon, everyone. So we have guests arrived on the campus. They are reaching here in next 5 minutes. One small announcement. Please ensure your mobile phones are silent and kept inside the pocket. Do not access the mobile phone when the program is here. Right? Thank you.
5 नहीं, तुमने 6 लिखा है मेरे को।
सर उन्होंने कम किया होगा बस। अरे 1 मिनट यार, उसको पूछ लो, बताना उसको।
6 डिलेट लिखवाया है मेरे को।
4 कंट्रीज है,
4 कंट्री डिलेड है,
वो
4:30
लोग डिले हो चुके हैं।
2 क्यूबा,
2 क्यूबा है, 2
एक साउथ अफ्रीका,
मुझे बस नाम बता देना।
और बोलीविया भी।
एक बोलीविया है, एक ऑस्ट्रेलिया
आपके पास है लिस्ट, एक बार नाम से।
2 क्यूबा है,
एक साउथ अफ्रीका है।
Just having tea. Immediate declare.
अरे 5 ही है।
हुसैन कुमार डिलेट लिखवाया था तुम लोगों ने।
प्लीज ये है इंजिमा कैंसिल
इसी उम्र कंसर्ट लेट नहीं है वो।
आप लोग ने ही लिखवाया अभी, तुमने ही बोला
मैं
अभी।
बोल रही थी।
तुम दोनों कंफ्यूज हो ब्रो।
अरे अभी देखो,
चैट लेट नहीं है।
अपने में लिख के रखो।
11
अरे हम लोग नाम भी ले रहे हैं यहाँ पे।
चैट से ये हो गया।
चेक।
कब तक खड़े रहोगे? पैर नहीं दुख रहे?
बोलना सर।
सुन हो गए लिटरली। ये लोग एक रूम में बैठे हैं। अभी भी
अरे अभी
IT
बोलना
रुक जा बैठने दे उनको, let them settle down.
So shall I start or let them sit?
Let them settle down, then start.
Shall I start this one or let them settle down?
Let them sit.
Keep a smile.
Friendly checks are A very good afternoon to all of you. I, Prakhar Paranspe,
And I, Ayushi Pathak,
on behalf of the entire PIBM family, feel deeply privileged to extend a warm welcome to you all to this international conference on the theme From Education to Employment, build on future-ready youths in BRICS and other partner countries, here at Pune Institute of Business Management. Ladies and gentlemen, you kindly welcome to distinguished dignitaries and international delegates with a huge round of applause.
may I now request everybody to kindly stand for the national anthem, which will be followed by a national song, Vande Mataram.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् सुजना शीतला सस्यश्यामला मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरम्
We shall now proceed with the ceremonial lighting of the lamp, symbolizing the beginning of this conference with knowledge and positivity. I respectfully invite our esteemed dignitaries to kindly come forward for the ceremony. This will be followed by Saraswati Vandana, invoking blessings for wisdom and success for this international gathering.
Request everyone to please.
I respectfully invite all our esteemed dignitaries to kindly come forward for the lamp lighting ceremony.
बहुत ज्यादा है
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसारपरमाम् आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणापुस्तकधारिणीम् अभयदाम् जाड्यान्धकारापहाम् हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिका
Start.
With great pride, deep respect, and heartfelt gratitude, we commence the felicitation ceremony in the honor of our distinguished international leaders and esteemed dignitaries. May I respectfully invite Honorable Chairman Sri Ramanpreet Sir to kindly come forward for the felicitation ceremony.
I now request Chief Guest, Honorable Shri Dr. Vinod Kumar D. Gaikwad, Indian Foreign Service, Regional Passport Office, Pune, to kindly come forward for the felicitation, and would request Shri Ramanpreet Sir to kindly do the honors. Thank you, sir.
चेतन सर जे लेट आहे त्यांचं नाव घ्यायचं आहे ना तिथे येतील पण नंतर
Be ready.
will be also be joining by His Excellency Mr. Juan Carlos Marzan Aguilera, Ambassador of Cuba to India, but his flight is been delayed, so he would be joining us soon.
I now request His Excellency Dato Muzaffar Shah Mustafa, High Commissioner of Malaysia to India, to kindly come forward for the felicitation. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Can we have a huge round of applause, please?
I now request Her Excellency Professor Joyce Kakura Matsiki Kafunda, High Commissioner of the Republic of Uganda to India, to kindly come forward for the felicitation.
With a huge round of applause, please. I now request His Excellency Ubon Okponjwani, Acting High Commissioner of Federal Republic of Nigeria to India, to kindly come forward for the felicitation. As with a huge round of applause, please.
The audience, please give us a huge round of applause.
I now request His Excellency Dr. Desire Boniface Sam, the Ambassador of Burkina Faso to India, to kindly come forward for the felicitation.
Guys, with a huge round of applause, please.
Ready?
I now request His Excellency Mr. Vinh Tang Hai, Ambassador of Vietnam to India, to kindly come forward for the felicitation, please.
With a huge round of applause, please welcome Mr. Vinh Tang Hai. I now request His Excellency Mr. Ivan Yuverich Fetisov, Consul General of the Russian Federation in Mumbai. Due to the delay in his flight, he will be arriving soon.
I now request Honorable Shri Jitendra Joshi, Chairman GIBF, to kindly come forward for the felicitation, please.
Yes.
With a huge round of applause, guys. Thank you, sir. Requesting Raman, sir, to please take your seat.
Now, may I request Dr. Mahendra More, sir, Acting Director, PGDM, to kindly come forward for the felicitation of our esteemed dignitaries.
I now request Ms. Shamila Perumal, Ministry Councillor, Economic, High Commission of Malaysia, to kindly come forward for the felicitation.
She's not there.
She would be joining us soon.
I request Professor Mikey Diaz-Perez, First Secretary, Embassy of the Republic of Cuba, to kindly come forward for the felicitation. Due to the delay in the flight, she'll be joining soon.
I now request Mr. Arthur Agaba, IT and Research Assistant, Uganda High Commission, to kindly come forward for the felicitation.
Please put your hands together.
Now it will be a pass.
Yeah. I now request Mr. Abbas Abdullahi, Minister Councillor, Economic, Trade and Councillor, High Commission of Federal Republic of Nigeria to India, to kindly come forward for the felicitation.
I now request Mr. Hussein Omar Saidu, Deputy Head of Mission, Embassy of Republic of Chad, to kindly come forward for the felicitation, please. Guys, with a huge round of applause, please. We would be also joined by Arlet Gabriela Bustamante, Charge d'Affaires, Embassy of Plurinational State of Bolivia, but due to delay in her flight, she would be joining us soon.
I now request Ms. Kariuki Jane Vanjiku, Trade Councillor, High Commission of the Republic of Kenya, to kindly come forward for the felicitation.
We'll be also joined by Mr. Mashudebele Mamabolo, Councillor Political, High Commission of Republic of South Africa to India, but due to delay in his flight, he was joining us soon. I now request Mr. Al-Haji Abakar Goué, First Councillor, Embassy of Republic of Senegal, to kindly come forward for the felicitation. He is on the way.
I now request Mr. Atma Gambitov Fmek Yermek, Second Secretary, Embassy of the Republic of Kazakhstan to India, to kindly come forward for the felicitation.
Guys, with a huge round of applause, please. I now request Mr. Sergei Trotsuk, Senior Councillor, Embassy of Republic of Belarus, to kindly come forward for the felicitation, please.
With a huge round of applause, please welcome Mr. Sergey. I now request Ms. Delvin Amy Michelle Vidrago to kindly come forward for the felicitation. She is on the way.
I now request Mr. Kwao Sao Chan, Counselor for Economic, Science and Technology Affairs for Embassy of Vietnam to India to kindly come forward for the felicitation, please. Please welcome me with a huge round of applause.
नहीं है अब अपने पास खत्म हो गया
I now request Mr. Gebru Tekle, Second Secretary of Embassy of the Democratic Republic of Ethiopia to India, to kindly come forward for the felicitation.
Guys, with a huge round of applause, please welcome him to PIBM. I now request Mr. Gopal Singh Rajput, Trade Councillor, Embassy of Brazil to India, to kindly come forward for the felicitation, please. Welcome Gopal Singh Rajput to the PIBM campus with a huge round of applause, please. Thank you, Morisa. You can take your seat, please.
The Pune Institute of Business Management is not just a college. It is an ecosystem of excellence. AICTE approved and affiliated with the prestigious Savitribai Phule Pune University. PIBM stands as one of the top management institutes in India. Our mission is clear: to skill the youth of India, Asia, and the world, transforming them into employable leaders or visionary entrepreneurs who create jobs for others. What makes PIBM stand tall is a unique training methodology. Our curriculum is solely designed based on the evolving requirements of the industry, bridging the gap between academic theory and corporate reality. With a strong association of over 100 corporate panelists and 550 plus corporate heads, including CEOs, CFOs, and directors, we ensure our students are trained by the very best.
Today, PIBM is proud of its 15,000 plus successful alumni who holds a senior leadership positions globally. From flagship PGDM and MBA program in Pune to expanding presence in Guwahati with BBA, BCom and BCA courses, PIBM continues to redefine management through teamwork, analytical thinking and relentless focus on quality.
And what can be a fitting tribute to the founding members of this institute than witnessing their journey and chronicles of the inception and establishment of this esteemed institute. So, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes on the journey of a magnificent institute, and I request the video to be played.
Arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached. This was not just inspiration, it was our starting point. From the inception of Pune Institute of Business Management, we believed one truth: build concentration of mind and you build strength. Build strength and you build leaders. With faith, with zeal, with courage, with nerves of steel. We did not build a campus. We built an arena where leaders are tested and transformed. In 2007, under the Indian Academy of Empowerment and Educational Research, a unique management education model was born. From Bavdan to the Pirangut campus, the mission was clear: align education with industry, align learning with national progress. His commitment led to PIBM earning valuable accreditations and recognitions. AICTE, Savitribai Phule Pune, University Affiliation, NBA, NAC Grade A, AIU and AACSB membership. Recognitions validated quality, but impact defined growth. While traditional systems focused on classroom theory, PIBM redesigned the ecosystem. Industry visits and SME live projects were embedded as early as 2009. By 2013, our industry's first job profile-oriented training approach ensured student skills are aligned with real job descriptions, not just specializations. Adding to the list of our training innovations, we integrated the SCPS model: sector, company, product, and service. It built structured intelligence across diverse sectors such as BFSI, FMCG, IT, consulting, retail, e-commerce, and other emerging sectors. Our tech-enabled curriculum, supported by Bloomberg Terminal and ACE Analyzer, brought real-time data from the NYSE and global markets into classrooms. Pune Institute of Business Management undergoes 50+ live business projects, 30+ industry immersions, 200+ CXOs interactions, 50+ industry certifications and tech tools. And then comes real responsibility. 2 internships where students work on live challenges, deliver measurable outcomes, and when it ends, they sit across the table from the company's leadership and walk them through what they found, what they'd fix, how, and why. Since 2011, corporate weekends have turned Saturdays into strategy rooms. To further enhance the corporate exposure, we brought industry leaders to campus through corporate events, workshops, panel discussions, and business conclaves. Pioneer Convergence, CEO Charisma, Leaders Conjunction, Digilytics, Microtom, and many more. More than 850 corporate leaders directly mentors our students. Today, 1,000+ recruiters engage with PIBM talent. PIBM's growth crossed borders and expanded across the world. Through strategic collaborations with top 25+ international universities across 13 countries, we integrated global business perspectives into our curriculum. From the USA, France, the United Kingdom, Germany, and the UAE, to institutions across Asia and Africa. Our partners include leading institutions such as Lawrence Technological University, California State University, Clark University in the USA DeKalb Business School, and Montpellier Business School in France, ISM Germany, Stirling Business School in Scotland, and Cardiff Metropolitan University in the UK, among others. Today, PIBM students earn international credentials through learning business alongside peers from around the world. International students from universities across Belgium, Switzerland, Singapore, Kenya, Sri Lanka, Ghana, Nepal, and beyond are welcomed at PIBM to study India's dynamic business ecosystem. In 2024, we hosted the ISDSI Global Conference, a landmark gathering of global scholars, industry leaders, and research experts graced by Honorable Chief Guest Dr. Sukanta Majumdar, Union Education Minister, Government of India. It also featured distinguished thought leaders including Dr. Angapa Gunasekaran from Penn State University, Dr. Mahesh Gupta from University of Louisville, Dr. Prakash Singh from IIM Lucknow, Professor Laszlo Saitos from University of Auckland Business School, Mr. Umang Garg, Managing Director, Nagaru, and many more global experts. That edition recorded the highest research paper submissions in the conference's entire history. 2025 brought something that hadn't quite existed in this form before. Udipan was launched in collaboration with AICTE, Maitri, and other national partners, which brought 1,000+ MSMEs, investors, corporate leaders, entrepreneurs, and policymakers under one roof. The Udipan app was officially launched in the distinguished presence of Professor T.G. Sitaram, Chairman, AICTE, Dr. Parag Kalkar, Pro Vice Chancellor, Savitribai Phule Pune University, Mr. Iqbal Singh Lalpura, Chairman, National Commission for Minorities, Government of India, and Mr. Jasmeet Singh, IRS, Additional Commissioner, GST Audit. The summit was graced by Honorable Shri Uday Samant, Cabinet Minister of Industries, Government of Maharashtra. December 2025, the Career Conclave, an initiative under Udipun, followed. 2,500 professionals and job seekers from across Maharashtra, 300 plus companies across fintech, IT, real estate, manufacturing, and more actively recruited and made job offers. This was systemic, scalable, and national in intent. Because PIBM is not just a campus, it is a mini India, where students from different states, languages, and backgrounds live and work together for 2 years. Every regional festival and culture finds a stage. Glory, the flagship fest, is the most visible expression of that. Here, students support each other and learn to work with people who are nothing like them. 5 acres of sports infrastructure, with a fully equipped gym and sports grounds. Physical discipline, team dynamics, and performing under pressure are the skills trained, not assumed. Because the students leaving this campus are going into rooms where the stakes are real. India is changing fast, and the demand is for an individual who understands both the technical depth of a sector and the leadership demands of the role. PIBM's new programs are a direct response. PGDM Rise, PGDM Prime, Executive PGDM, PGDM in Banking and Finance Management, PGDM in Public Policy and Management, PGDM in Hospital and Healthcare Management. All designed to shape national systems and empower growth. With new campuses in Chandigarh and Guwahati, in 2026, PIBM has strengthened its presence across emerging education hubs of India. And beyond India, Dubai campus will mark a defining milestone in our global journey, positioning PIBM at the crossroads of international business, enterprise, and opportunity in the Middle East to position ourselves on the global stage. But that's not the end. PIBM is opening its campus in the USA too, shaping the truly global footprint. And then there is what comes next. PIBM's Global Skill University, a shift in category. The vision is producing leaders with global skills in sectors defining the next decade. A 2,000-seat auditorium, dedicated SME center, university library, in-campus hostels and labs built for all-round development. Programs in aviation engineering, healthcare and health tech, transport management, semiconductor technology, and more will be offered by Global Skill University. These are the sectors that will define the next decade of economic and technological growth. Today, 15,000 plus strong PIBM community are out there right now, leading teams, driving strategy, making decisions that matter across banking, consulting, finance, analytics, marketing, operations, and more. Vice presidents, business heads, entrepreneurs, trained to think clearly, work hard, and hold their ground in difficult rooms. 15,000 plus students who came to Pune and went out into the country and beyond it. Arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached. For 19 years, this has been the operating principle of every program, every partnership, every session, every internship, and every student who walked out of here ready for the real world. In the companies that keep coming back, in the global partners who chose this institution. This is PIBM, where India comes to build its next generation of leaders and has been since 2007.
Indeed, it's a pride to be part of this esteemed institute.
Now, I would like to call upon the stage our dynamic academic leader whose career spans distinguished roles in business education, project management, and marketing. As Acting Director of PGDM programs, Dr. More sir has demonstrated remarkable leadership in curriculum development and student mentorship. His expertise is further reflected in his faculty role in PIBM and his ongoing contributions to strategic management and corporate engagement initiatives. Dr. More is known for his impactful teaching, research, and dedication to shaping future business leaders. With a huge round of applause, please join me in welcoming Dr. Mahendra More, sir, Acting Director, PGDM, to the stage to share his valuable words on this special occasion.
Hello. Very good afternoon, Your Excellencies and esteemed embassy representatives, honorable ambassadors, international delegates, high commissioners, diplomats, distinguished guests from BRICS and partner countries. Chief guest, Honorable Dr. Vinod Kumar Gaikwad, sir, Indian Foreign Services, Regional Passport Office, Pune, India. Honorable Chairman and Executive Director, PIBM Group of Institutes. Advisor to Minority Commission, Government of India, Dr. Ramanpreet, sir. Honorable Trustee, Shri Vijay Singh, sir. Respected directors, head of the departments, faculty members, staff, and all my dear students. It gives me an immense pride and great honor to welcome you on behalf of Pune Institute of Business Management and entire PIBM family for the International Conference 2026, From Education to Empowerment, Building Future-Ready Youth in BRICS Economies. Today marks a truly historic moment for our institution as we bring together distinguished policymakers, diplomats, academicians, industry leaders from across 16 plus BRICS and partner nations on one common platform. So please join me welcoming all the excellencies by having a huge round of applause. This conference is not merely an academic gathering. It is a global dialogue aimed at redefining the future of education, employability, youth empowerment in emerging economies of the world. At a time when global economy is being reshaped by technology transformation, digital disruptions, and evolving workforce demands, it becomes imperative for educational institutions to adapt, actively contribute to building globally competent, industry-ready, and innovation-driven talent. This conference, therefore, represents a powerful convergence of academia, industry, and public policy, where ideas will transform into insights, collaborations will lead to opportunities, and education will be aligned with the evolving needs of global workforce to provide business solutions. Most importantly, this platform symbolizes our collective commitment to transforming education into employability, innovation into opportunity, and international collaboration into sustainable growth for the youth of BRICS and partner countries. Moving back to 2007, our Honorable Chairman, sir, established Pune Institute of Business Management with clear vision of crafting global thought leaders. Today we have reached global horizons to make it possible under the visionary and dynamic leadership of our Honorable Chairman, Shri Ramanpreet, sir. PIBM has grown by leaps and bounds over this short period of time, with the campuses across India and the global programs with multiple universities of repute worldwide. PIBM is coming up with a standalone institutes and campuses in USA, Dubai, and other countries. PIBM Group of Institutes is the youngest in India to come up with global skills university in a very short span of 19 years. Honorable Chairman, sir, envisioned it 2 decades back to build the Pune Institute of Business Management, to offer world-class education, to equip the students to solve the problems of businesses, to equip the students with exponential technologies, to equip the students to contribute to the society, community, and environment, to make students competent to own and lead the businesses with ethics, moral values, inclusivity, and sustainability. Under the resilient leadership of Chairman Sir, PIBM Group of Institute has acquired most of the accolades from regulators, rating and ranking agencies at India level and worldwide. While steering the growth with vision, Honorable Chairman ensured that our responsibility towards society and the nation goes beyond fulfillment, creating nationwide impact through strategic initiatives and joint programs with the Government of India, state governments, ministries, and apex organizations like AICTE. PIBM has created the Uddipan, a platform to provide nationwide talent to all the SMEs and MSMEs, which are backbone of India's economy. The launch program of Uddipam was on gigantic scale with participation from So this launch was very gigantic. If you are looking at the participation, more than 200 plus MSMEs have exhibited the stalls, and more than 2,000 corporate representatives witnessed the India level launch. At PIBM, we are having more than 17,000 alumni and 1 lakh plus alumni families. More than 1,500 C-suite, CXOs and corporates across industries visit PIBM every year for sector-specific events and conclaves, sessions, curriculum development, faculty and student training, co-teaching, mentoring and guiding the future thought leaders of PIBM. We at PIBM envision to play a transformative role by creating structured platform that deliver actionable business solutions to industries, organizations, MSMEs across member nations. So with this, we can understand that we are here to come up with the mission to play a strategic knowledge partner role that connects policy, academia, industry, enabling collaborative growth, sustainable development, and future-ready talent across nations. So this conference seeks to serve as a diplomatic and academic bridge, fostering policy dialogue, cross-border partnerships, development of sector-wise business development, excellence centers, and knowledge exchange that translates learning into leadership, employability into entrepreneurship. It is envisioned not merely as an academic gathering, but as a catalyst for actionable outcomes. We warmly invite and eager to listen Your Excellencies, High Commissioners and esteemed dignitaries and delegates for this high-level dialogue and deliberations with your wisdom, insights, experiences and national perspectives. Together we can co-create a future with education, with employment dignified, with youth, to lead the transformation of our economies and societies. So we once again welcome you all, and we have the deliberations to guide us for the future direction. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Behind every institution is a visionary who dares to dream differently. It's now my distinct honor to introduce a sculpture of a leader, the man who built this esteemed institute from ground up, a leader who views education as a vehicle from employment and empowerment. His charisma and tireless efforts have craved a niche for PIBM on an international stage. Beyond this campus, he's a force behind PIBM Skills, an online enhancement platform, and Raman Blight Private Limited, a cutting-edge IT startup.
His contributions have earned him prestigious honors, including the Atal Samman Award 2026 and the Gems of Maharashtra. He was recently awarded the Anmol Ratan Award by the Maharashtra Industry Minister and received special recognition from the Government of Goa and NDTV Marathi for his work in skill development. Previously honored by the Rotary Club and Yuva Sansad, he was also given a special dimension by the Minister of Higher Education for his outstanding impact on the sector. Ladies and gentlemen, to deliver the welcome speech, please join your hands together in a massive round of applause for our esteemed chairman and founder, Shri Raman Preet sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello. Yeah. Good afternoon. Oh, sorry. I think it's a time. Actually, we are already late with the some hours. So, good evening to all of you. And I want to already, I think, welcome by the students and the honorable head is there. So, firstly, I would like to do a very warm welcome to one of my very good friend and also a chief guest here. He's a very senior and very fine leader. And IFS with the Indian Foreign Services, he has worked at the in the Indian Embassy, presenting I think France, then Kuwait, and then many countries he has worked and worked into policy framing, settlement of the trades. So I would like to warm welcome and also thanks to Mr. Vinod sir, Gaikwad sir here, that on a very short call, so because that meeting and he accepted to come here. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind presence here. And then I would also like to welcome all Excellency, His Excellency High Commission of the entire countries who's here, taken their time, and also thanks from my heart that you're here and supporting the cause of global competency and skills. That how come all the students into all these countries should be skilled very well, competent very well. I'd also like to welcome all ambassadors and all senior professionals, diplomats who are here from the various countries. The purpose of this entire conference is very, very simple. We have done lots of research, so we thought let's do this conference together. And prior I get into the purpose of the conference, I would also like to thank Mr. Joshi ji. Without this, the conference would have been a little complicated. So thank you so much for that. And my entire team and all the students who's there present. So the purpose behind of this conference is to discuss onto a very important agenda, which is skilling of the youth, building competencies for the entire youth, not only in India, but across all the countries who's there here present. We have figured out certain kind of past research and data. I think if the data is shown, if you can click on the next slide. So what we have seen that there are economies which is coming up right now, developing economies. In the developing economies, generally the small medium enterprise and mid-size companies contributing to approximately 33% to between 40% or lower than that to the GDP economy. Whereas in the developed economies, if you see that, so we have all the ratios and data. I think, yeah, it's there. So why this happened? So we did a very small research work onto that. All the developed economies, if you see in the world, they are above 55 or 50. This happened because only one factor: the youth of the country, the working populations of the country was skilled very well for serving 5 years and 10 years ahead the lines. So when we were researching onto it, we found that approximately, you see, 1 billion of the people will change the skill sets quickly. So we also found one more data, what was very interesting, that there was a 5% of the entire world population which goes in a qualitative test, which goes into quantitative test, verbal ability, and then after that they are selected with the top large companies, or they serve the into different capacities into work frame. Rest 95%, if you see that, just because they are not able to qualify a good quant levels and good verbal levels, it's not that they are not brilliant, they are brilliant enough. The larger companies, the top companies in the world, if you see, which is built it, I don't want to take a names here. What they're built it is built it with not only the quant levels and the vocabulary levels, they built it with the insight, they built it with the belief patterns. So 95% of the workforce serving mid-size and large size and also small size of the firms, companies. So we went to the World Bank report, which says very clean and clear that is 60% to 70% of the young workforce has to be working into SMEs or mid-size. If we do not work on them today, that means the competencies development of this young population. So what is gonna happen? The GDP growth of these contributing factors, which is developed nations have already achieved, which is that something around 60%. So if we have to transform our GDP from 30% to 35% to 60%, we have to focusedly work upon these SMEs, small, medium enterprise, and mid-size companies. And to do that, technology, because we as a country, we are using lots of techs. We are making also techs, developing techs. So the students, the youth of the nation should be trained very competent enough onto development of techs, number one. Number second, they should be very competent depending upon the requirements of various companies, not one sector. So we did a small deep dive, small research onto different countries and different sectors, that which sector is very promptly contributing to the GDP. I'll come down to that point a little later. So we formed a solution called, what we do it in India, we speak sector skill council right now. So on a similar format, we thought that why don't we built up across nation one focused sector specific business center of excellence. So I want to show you one graph. If we go back onto slide quickly. Yeah. I want to show you one graph. This is my faculty have researched in a smaller way. Go back. I think the same graph where the countries were shown. Yeah, next. Okay, I think you're confused in the graph. It's okay. I'll just give you the brief. It's okay. Stop that. So there are countries who are good into service. The countries which are good into different kind of a tech and launching a product and services. So what we did a small matrix. So which countries is good into manufacturing? Which countries is good in a tech? So suppose if we are good into service, a banking or fintech, and some other country is good into a different kind of sectors, manufacturing, we'll partake that. That means we'll take the best processes solution, that is business solutions, which is working to attract the better consumers. So any business, when we go, why do we do a business? We launch a product and services to consume into our country, and a better product and services will always be consumed into entire worldwide. If you see the West, what they've done. So they have launched the better products, better services, whether tech-based, and they have always focused onto business solutions. So the entire business solution is all the time focusing for the consumer reach. That means if a customer and a consumer is satisfied, the business solution is good. So why not we, together as a consortium, we can create a small sector-specific business center of excellence. And we create this excellence center in which best practices to create a product and services can be launched, and which can support entire country together. What will happen? Number one, the technology used in these companies to grow, so that can be manufactured, that can be created at one common center. So suppose, for example, we just taken SAP Labs and we see 5 lakh companies, 500,000 of the companies is based on the SAP ERP. Whether it is a normal input and output ERP or it's an AI-based ERP. So why not is combining nation can build a beautiful tech stack to help and support to automate of these companies' ERPs. Number one. Number second, what will happen? When we do that, as I shown you the previous example of 95% of the youth which doesn't secure that level, yeah, thank you. So what we do, we take care of the entire youth in that particular country. We will train them onto the current skill sets and globalized skill set. And hence, you will see the impact over the GDP because the product and services will be launched, number one. Number second, it will consume in the country. And number third, if the processes are very good, it will supply to the entire world. So if we form this sector, business focused sector onto a typical kind of business solutions, so then we can work together to grow the youth. Number third, I would like to talk about the value system. The value system which is onto which the entire country is shaped and built it up, and the value system onto which the PIBM is shaped and built it up. With this collaboration, our value system also comes up very, very, very high. So I would like to take you on to the last. This we'll talk later because time is less. So we can take a last line. So we follow, as at the start of the video, you have seen the 2 saints generally. So one of our youth icon called Shri Swami Vivekananda ji, he has very clearly said it. If your concentration of the mind is very strong and if your will is intact, and wherever you will put that, you will master onto whatever you want to achieve. So we, as a PIBM, as an entire nation, we celebrate that. So if you see that, he mentioned very clear that arise, awake, and stop not till our every goals are not reached. And he's the youth icon for the entire country, for entire nations. So this is nothing about any caste or any kind of supporting system, religion. This is about all work. So we pray, work is worship. So what Swamiji preached is work is worship. So in a smaller way, in a smaller share, we share that we will not stop to achieve our goal till our goals is not reached, and we imbibe that into our bloodstream and lines. Last, our 10th Guru is Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. So again, this is nothing about any caste and system. What he said for the work is Nischay kar apni jeet kare. In English, if your indomitable will is there, if your thought process has an iron will, that means if you have that determination in you, anything in the world is possible. So there is nothing in the world which is not possible. Anything who has come from zero to at some level is just because of their willpower intact. So indomitable will. So we at PIBM and into our country, we follow this, and we want that with this value system, we want to collaborate with you and the students and the youth and the working professional at your country. We can train them very stronger. They can come here. We can train them for a globalized skill set, and we can send them back to your service sector, your manufacturing sector, that they can build the finest product and services and then grow your country to a next level. So I think that's the ultimate conclusion I want to say, and I want to say thank you for all of you for kind presence here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Dr. Vinod Gaikwad is a career diplomat. He belongs to the 2013 batch of the Indian Foreign Service at the Ministry of External Affairs, New Delhi. He has served in key divisions including counter-terrorism, establishment, consular, passport and visa, CPV, and Southern Division. Overseas, he has represented India at the Embassy of India in France, the Embassy of India in Kuwait, and the Embassy of India in Russia, where he worked extensively as a commercial officer promoting India's economic and trade interests, in addition to managing political, cultural, and consular responsibilities. He is present presently serving as a Regional Passport Officer, Pune, where he leads citizen-centric initiatives to strengthen and expand passport services across the region. He hails from Pune. We are honored to have such a luminary in our presence. So we invite Dr. Vinod Gaikwad on the stage.
Welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Thank you for that elaborate introduction. Distinguished ambassadors, high commissioners, Dr. Ramanpreet, Chairman and Executive Director of PIBM Group of Institutes, Office Bearers of PIBM Group of Institutes, Shri Jitendra Joshi, President of GIBF, ladies and gentlemen, respected international delegates, faculty members, and dear students, Namaste and good evening. It is a great pleasure to be present here today at the international conference hosted by the Pune Institute of Business Management. This gathering brings together distinguished representatives from several countries to deliberate on an issue that will significantly shape the future of our societies. How we prepare our youth for the transition from education to meaningful employment in a rapidly changing world. I congratulate the organizers for bringing together policymakers, diplomats, academicians, and young minds to deliberate on this important theme of skill development and building future-ready youth. India today has one of the largest pools of young talent in the world. With the right education, skills, and exposure, this talent can contribute not only to India's growth, but also to the global economy. As the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has said, and I quote, "India's youth are our greatest strength. If our youth move forward with determination, the nation will move forward," unquote. He also emphasized the importance of skill development in shaping the future workforce, noting that in the 21st century, the progress of nations will depend on the skills of their youth. The Honorable Prime Minister has also highlighted that emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence must be harnessed responsibly and inclusively for the benefit of humanity, while ensuring that young people are equipped with the skills required for the jobs of the future. Therefore, our education systems must increasingly focus on innovation, technological literacy, entrepreneurship, and adaptability so that young people are prepared for emerging industries and global opportunities. India also contributes to global capacity building through initiatives such as Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation, that is ITEC program. Through this program, India provides training and skill development opportunities to thousands of professionals and young leaders from partner countries every year, strengthening capacities and promoting the spirit of international cooperation. India also welcomes thousands of students from countries of the global south to study in its universities through various scholarship and cooperation programs. The city where we are now, that city itself welcomes more than 100,000 students from all over the world, including all other parts of India, for studies. These initiatives promote knowledge sharing, skill development, and stronger people-to-people ties, reflecting India's commitment to shared growth and capacity building. The presence of representatives from various countries across Asia, Africa, Europe, and Latin America at this conference reflects the growing importance of international collaboration in education, research, and skill development. Such partnerships can open new avenues for student exchange, research cooperation, and employment opportunities for global talent. Need not to say, in today's interconnected world, mobility and international exposure are becoming increasingly important for young people. In my capacity as Regional Passport Officer in Pune, I also see how education connects young people to the wider world. For many young Indians, a passport represents not merely a travel document, but a gateway to global learning, innovation, and professional opportunities. Before I conclude, I would like to share a thought by the former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, whose words continue to inspire young people across the world, and I quote, "Dreams are not those which we see while sleeping. Dreams are those that do not let us sleep," unquote. To the students present here today, let your education nurture those dreams, let your skills empower you, and let your talent contribute not only to your personal success, but also to the progress of humanity, India, and global community. I once again congratulate the organizers for this important initiative and wish the conference every success. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful keynotes. With a huge round of applause, guys, again. I would request esteemed dignitaries of Malaysia, Uganda, Nigeria, Cuba, Burkina Faso, Vietnam, Russia, Bolivia to stay back in the auditorium. Requesting esteemed dignitaries of Chad, South Africa, Kenya, Brazil, Belarus, Senegal, Ethiopia, Kazakhstan to proceed for the campus tour. Requesting faculties and student coordinators to please guide them. As we move to the panel discussion on the theme, BRICS and partner countries can collaborate to create a shared business ecosystem. We look forward to an engaging and insightful of perspectives.
One by one. Remain. Okay. So that we are doing that for the panel discussion.
The session focuses on aligning
This session focuses on aligning economic strengths and regulations to create a seamless trade environment across BRICS plus nations. Our goal is to build a roadmap for shared innovation, sustainable growth, and stronger global partnerships. We are privileged to have Professor Dinyar Patel as the moderator for this session, who will take this session forward with the esteemed panelists. Let us begin this insightful session.
Before we begin, let's take a moment to warmly introduce to our distinguished panelists, His Excellency Dato Muzaffar Shah Mustafa, High Commissioner of Malaysia to India, a senior diplomat with 3 decades of global experience. He is actively strengthening Malaysia-India ties in areas such as digital economy, semiconductors, and tourism. Please come to the dais, sir.
Her Excellency Professor Joyce Kakura Matsiki Kafunda, High Commissioner of Uganda to India, with a strong academic and diplomatic background. She champions agricultural value addition and educational partnerships. Please come on the dais, ma'am.
His Excellency Ubon Akponjoni, Acting High Commissioner of Nigeria. He brings expertise in energy, trade, and strategic cooperation between Nigeria and India. Please come to the dais, sir.
His Excellency Dr. Desire Boniface Sam, Ambassador of the Burkina Faso to India, is a dedicated champion of economic diplomacy and infrastructure development. Since 2023, he has been a key architect in deepening the Africa-India partnership, working closely with industry leaders to drive trade and investment, a vital bridge for innovation between New Delhi. Please join us on the dais.
His Excellency Vin Tang Hai, Ambassador of Vietnam to India, is a key architect of Vietnam-India Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, a career diplomat. He is driving 20 billion target trades with a focus on semiconductors, AI, and pharmaceuticals. His leadership has solidified Vietnam as a pillar of India Act East policy. Please come to the dais, sir. So you can start.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It is a proud moment indeed for us to be sitting alongside our esteemed guests from so many countries, each one having contributed significantly to the cause of nation building in their own environments. Proud for us to have you over at our institute, and most importantly, this marks a powerful day in the history of PIBM, where such luminaries are sitting on one platform. Thank you all for taking the time out from your very busy schedules and being with us today. Quoting statistics, this bloc represents over 40% of the world's population and contributes to nearly 40% of the world's GDP. Your presence today is a great inspiration for our student community, sirs. Our discussion focuses on how can BRICS and partner countries collaborate to create a shared business ecosystem. My first question. AI and technology are becoming the powerhouses behind innovation, agility, and scalability. But we see industry is not yet embracing them to scalable levels, sir. Requesting your viewpoints on this. How do we take AI and technology to the next level?
Very good afternoon. First and foremost, I would like to express my appreciation to the GIBF for bringing us here today. To Pune, this is my first time visiting Pune. I find Pune is a very vibrant city. Of course, Pune is so known as the Oxford of the East. This is the center of excellence. You have so many institutes of higher learning, training institutes. I think this is the place that, and this platform will be a very good platform for us to try to build on the collaboration between BRICS members and also partner countries. Malaysia being part of the BRICS partner country. Of course, we aspire to be one day also a member of BRICS. Talking about AI, as you mentioned, of course, I think India hosted the AI Impact Summit. That is Hello. This is a very impactful summit. How we can also bring everyone aboard in terms of how we see the future of AI and the impact on the world at large. I think this is where I think the expertise of different BRICS members, we can bring the expertise of different BRICS members together and the strength to build the strength of all members of BRICS in facing this challenging world that we are facing today, especially when we talk about AI, how the AI would impact in terms of the employment of the future generation. So, for example, we can share the expertise. For example, like India, you are very much in advance in terms of the IT and also in terms of the brain behind behind IT, because as you know, Indian leading many international companies on IT company. So this is where I believe from the Malaysian perspective, we would like to collaborate with India. So for example, like Malaysia, we have established Malaysia-India Digital Council. This is where we can collaborate and we can chart our collaboration together. So in that sense, I think we can also expand this, not only at bilateral level, as well as maybe at the multilateral level.
Your Excellency, it's a very powerful workforce. It is making a huge world. Sorry. Hello. Sorry. So each of our countries, a very powerful workforce we have, one that is making a huge difference in the world, which is increasing, looking at employability across sectors. Can education help channelize this workforce into increasing the GDP of each of our countries?
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Thank you very much for that good question. Let me start by recognizing the Honorable Chairman, G. The Honorable Chief Guest and Dr. Josh G. and all the organizers of this very international conference from the institute we are in to the GIBF organized this. I'm very happy that my country, Uganda, was invited to this conference, mainly because we are not yet members, but partner of BRICS. So come back to your very important question. It's very, I think you are good because I have a long background in academia. I spent 20 plus years at Uganda's highest university, Makerere University, teaching, growing from lecturer to professor. So when I entered this institution, you cannot believe I felt so happy. I felt so much at home. So I'm in the right environment, and that was the right question. So faculty, students, I'm one of you. Thank you so much. Really, I just feel very happy because of the theme of this conference, from education to employment. Higher education for long has been blamed, at least in my country, for producing theoretical students who know theory and know skills. So what the Institute is doing here, I feel it is very, very important. For BRICS to combine the big countries and the small countries like mine, I think that's the way to go, because we have really to equip our youth. My country, we are 65% of our population is the youth. And then skilled, then where are we going? So I'm happy and really skilling. And one thing I pick up, I don't know if I will get another chance, is internship. When students come here to train, to learn in the institutions, in the universities, I don't know why, I think the institute you do may be different. They don't get a chance for internship. They do the theory and go back again without the internship. I would be very, very happy. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Manufacturing. Manufacturing is the backbone of many of our countries. Some of us are world leaders in products and services. Be it microchips, or processors, or semiconductor. How can we leverage on creating a wider canvas? How can we leverage for creating a wider canvas for our goods globally, sir? For our goods. So we are leaders in a lot of sectors like microchips, microprocessors. Can we look at leveraging that and take it forward in a collaborative manner so that universities and colleges and countries can work together on enhancing technological improvements, sir?
Thank you so very much. First and foremost, we are highly pleased to be here, and we also want to commend the good work that Pune Institute of Business Management is doing here in Pune and all over the world educationally. It has gone a long way to show that they are world leaders. They are renowned for business education. When you talk about business education, you talk about that type of education that craves or that earns employability. Having said that, I want to also say that the youths, who are the teeming population in most of our countries, should be the centerpiece of our education focus and management. If you build the youth, then you build the nation. If you don't build the youth, you don't build the nation. So, on that note, we want to say that we encourage not just a collaboration, but a shared commitment to human capital development amongst nations of the world, especially the BRICS nations, so that our youths can benefit from this comparative advantage. Anyways, I will also want to throw in a kind of a note of warning, because you know what happens in the international space. Many countries who have comparative advantage, they don't want to give it or to share it with others. That's why you hear the stories of technology transfer and all that. So if they decide to be committal towards the development of the humankind, they should be able to share those technologies that they have comparative advantage over others, with others, so that others can now benefit from their technology, from their wisdom, from their experiences, and the world will become a better place. Because when you breach the development gap, definitely the likelihood for peace is high amongst the nations. But when that gap continues to widen every day, there's tendency that certain countries will go to war against other countries. So, today, education has gone past the traditional classroom. And I would like to also encourage, I know you must have done it already, but I want you to scale up your online education, because education does not just stop at the classrooms alone or these physical buildings, beautiful buildings we have here. Online, you can train people in Nigeria, you can train people in Malaysia, you can train people in Brazil, you can train people all over the world. And we still give them the certification and also expose them to the employable market opportunities that abound in the world. So we want to encourage PIBM to also scale up their online education, business education. In this way and manner, they will also bridge the gap amongst our youth. And I think having said that, though I might not be able to say everything with the time I have, but I believe, like I said earlier, that if we are committed, not just coming to speak many of the times, having conferences, but we now zero into actionable outcomes. Like I spoke about shared commitment to human capital development, I think the world will be a better place. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Very kind. Sir, question. Each of our countries is blessed with an abundance of labor. But do we not believe that we can leverage on our core competencies of skilling that labor force? For example, could we not benefit from each of our successes? India, for example, is leading in IT services and pharmaceutical products. Each of us could leverage from our strengths and cohabitate in building an ecosystem whereby we could strengthen each other's labor force and maybe send our students and your students back home with enough intensity of academic empowerment so that they could build industries there, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, let me thank the organizers of this event and the chairman and responsible of PIBM. I'm the ambassador of Burkina Faso in New Delhi, covering some other countries. Yes, as my sister said, from Uganda said, I'm also professor at the main university of Burkina Faso. I'm a sociologist, teaching international sociology, teaching methodology, and teaching mining and resource management. This conference motivated me to come here for two words: BRICS and education. The third is employment. Now, BRICS is for us a new hope for Burkina Faso. I think for the whole Africa, BRICS is, or BRICS are, a new hope for us. Burkina Faso, our politics now is focusing on opening, to be open to the global south. And BRICS is many global south. And leadership, India leadership is now in my country very open and very welcome. So our cooperation is getting more and more powerful. Cooperation between Burkina Faso and India. Coming to your question now regarding health, our main source of medicines and so on, we take it from India. That to say, we have through this cooperation, we have to do a lot, by sharing. Because one man philosopher, he said, French philosopher, he said, to change to change nature, to change things, you must change spirits. And to change spirit, you have to change man. If you change man by the spirit, you will change the nature. That to say, employment. The main capital of the human of the world is in the youth. If one day we goes or we succeed, good education, good skills through the youth, you can gain more and more for our development. And through our helpful cooperation, we have a lot of industry, factories in India, in Burkina Faso, on MOUs with India and other BRICS countries. We are working with Brazil, we are working Burkina Faso there, we are working with the brother countries in Africa, as Nigeria. We are in the same region. We are working on many things regarding health with such country. This what I can say regarding this the subject, and what to maintain. My last word is to say that there is no more capital than the human being. If you want the best capital, it is to invest in human being, and investing in scholar, in youth, in students, we will have the best capital for development. And for the example, how to share this how to share this experience, maybe why not to make or to transform PIBM to BIBM, BRICS Institute of Business and Management, so we can share it in the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Very well put indeed. So, empowering small and medium enterprises so that they can contribute to the GDP of each of our countries can lead to success stories. In fact, SMEs form the backbone of India's economy. Isn't this an area of collaboration that we could look at also?
So first of all, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, and dear students, first of all, I would like to thank Global India Business Forum for wonderful hospitality. I also want to thank the PIBM for such warm welcome. I am very impressed by the warm welcome that you sent to us. Thank you so very much. I would like to congratulate on the great success that PIBM has achieved over the last 20 years. That's a great achievement. And for India and Vietnam and many other BRICS member countries, each and every one of us set our own development goal. India has set Visit Bharat 2047 to become a developed country. Vietnam set a goal of becoming a developed country by 2045. And if we want to achieve that goal, I think technology is the key. Human resources is the key. And also, a lot of investment in the SME. For us, SME account for 97 to 98% of the total owned enterprises in Vietnam. It is in SME that account for 50% of our labor force, and it contributes 45% of our GDP. So important that we need to invest and help SME to grow and prosper. And in order to do that, I think investment in the human resources to prepare a labor force that is ready and equipped for the business of our time. And also, I would like to propose that maybe we should promote the spirit of startup in our system. I mean, the universities, you have PIBM and your network. How about a network of own institute in the BRICS country that we promote startup, and we can come up with some startup hackathon to provide a solution for common problems that we share. And I think the startup mentality should be instilled on all the mindset of our students. Be courage and ready for the future, ready for the technology, the artificial intelligence, the technology of our time, to become ready for success and for achieving our goal of becoming a developed nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. In the interest of time, we may not be able to take more time with the panel discussion. We'd like to open the floor for questions. But before that, I'd like to just sum up to understand and make our students understand what each one of our esteemed panelists have said today. Basically, labor and workforce is the backbone of every economy. We, as young leaders, as countries that have huge young people, can leverage on their strengths, whether it is AI, whether it is the SME sector, or whether it is technology. We, as leaders in our own rights, can collaborate and exchange ideas and maybe move forward with technology and provide the world market with whatever we can in terms of adding to the labor force. Thank you so much. It's been a very vibrant discussion. We'll leave the floor open for questions from our young students. Yes, please. Can we have the mic, please? We won't have time for more than 3 or 4 questions. So if faculty could please pass the mics forward, we could take it one at a time.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Good evening, sir.
You may need to step outside because you may not be visible. Yes, please. Thank you very much.
panelists. Myself, Gurkirat Kaur, and I'm from Punjab, and I'm pursuing PGDM in HR. So, as per the discussion in MSc, small medium enterprises, I need to know that as per the GDP contribution of 50%, 60 to 70% employment is generated in SMEs enterprises. So, what is the initiative in your country support SMEs to build sustainable employment for the youth opportunities?
So, sir, how can SMEs contribute to the sustainable employment of the youth? Is what our question is, sir.
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much for the questions. If I may, given the importance of the SME in the economy, in fact, it's MSME, even micro, small, and medium enterprises. So the government of Vietnam has given different initiative to promote the development of MSMEs. Number one, I think number one is the training and upskilling of the labor force. Nowadays, so many different and new technologies is merged. So how to equip them with the new technology? So we have the program to help them upskill and update with the new technology. That is number one. Number two is that ease of doing business, ease of the process of approval for the setting up the MSMEs. That is number two. Number three, that helping them assess the market, not only the local market, domestic market, but also abroad. And number four, application of information technology with the app, help them to, even the farmers can export their product throughout the world.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Next question, please. We have time only for 4 questions. We can't have more than 4. So please, can we have the students coming up one at a time?
A very good evening to the panel of excellencies and Dinyas sir for moderating the event and our chairman sir for organizing this event. A very good evening, and this is a very warming presence for you to visit our campus. We are delighted by your presence. My question to the panelists, my name is Pradipta and I'm planning on finance. As my domain resonates with a thing which is business process and how business brings capital to our economy. My question is, what are the planned roadmap investment wise, what is the planned roadmap for countries to bring up MSMEs in a spot where they are ruling the nations, not only the big corporations, but they are ruling the ecosystem, as well as the planned investments which will help the youth to come up as not job seekers, but job makers?
So, question to the panel is that how can we make our youth job makers instead of job seekers? Going by the larger concept of equipping them with knowledge of MSMEs, SMEs, etc., and the economy at large.
Thank you very much for that question. I'll just briefly, because I think others also want to add on. I think it's very important, and it goes back to what I said. You know, when you are training, higher education training, and you do the skilling, and you do not just the theoretical part. And the part I mentioned, internship, I heard that there, in this institute, you have two internships. The first one, I think after 1 year or 2 years, another one. And those internships are very, very important, where you go and work with the industry of which you want now to specialize in, and you get your hands on, and you know how to turn the equipment, you know, not just, you put your theory to practice. when you get out with that kind of skill, then you will be job creator, not a job seeker. It's one part, but I think it's very important. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hello, very good evening to the panel. So my question to you is, what support systems exist in your countries for young entrepreneurs who wish to start their business just after their graduation?
Sorry, we couldn't follow. Can you repeat, please?
So what support systems exists in your countries for young entrepreneurs who wish to start their business just after graduation?
Okay, so.
Yeah. In my country, we have two systems. Yeah. One is government funding. Yeah. This government funding is allocated to anyone, any young man or girl who want to build or to begin his or her own business. This allocation is the conditions are very cheaper to make, to give them facilities. So, but by doing that, anyone, any young man, any youth who coming from a rural side or in the city side, anyone can access easily to this fund. It is the first way. The second way is on training. Yeah, government take his responsibility to train youth through some startup to facilitate them to create their own business. It is what is going on in Burkina Faso. Funding and training. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Very insightful. Do we have time for... No. So we're so sorry, though we've got many more questions from our young students. In the interest of time, and we've already run over the clock, we would like to end this panel discussion, saying once again that it was very insightful. It was an eye-opener indeed. We understood about employment. We understood how important it is for skilling. And most importantly, we understood that AI is also going to be a huge bridge in that dividing line. Thank you so much, panelists, for your insightful insights. So, we request you all to please.
It was indeed a very comprehensive and eye-opening session. Thank you, Dinia sir, for chairing the session so effectively and successfully. We thank you all the dignitaries for enriching for knowledge and motivating us. Kindly requesting all the dignitaries and esteemed panelists to come forward for a group photograph, please. Requesting Ramanpreet sir, Mahendra More sir, and our chief guest, Vinod Kumar sir, to kindly come forward for the photograph, please.
I request the student coordinators to please come forward for the group photograph, please.
We kindly request the designated faculties and students to come forward and escort the panel and guests for the campus tour. Okay. Students, please rise as our chief guest is about to leave. As we move to the second panel discussion on the theme, Education as a Catalyst for Youth in BRICS and Other Partner Countries, we look forward to an engaging and insightful session of this perspective. This session explores how modernizing education training can better prepare youth for a global job market. Panelists will discuss using BRICS Network, University, and digital literacy to equip the next generation with the 21st century skills. Our goal is to create innovation-driven ecosystem for leaders of tomorrow. We are privileged to have Dr. Dinyar Patel as the moderator for this session, who will take the session forward with esteemed panelists. Let us begin this insightful.
So before we begin, let us take a moment to warmly introduce our distinguished panelists. Mr. Hussain Umar Sedu, as the mission's primary political strategist, Mr. Sedu focuses on regional security alignment and aligning Chadian security interests with the broader international community.
Please take the dais, sir. Ms. Karuke Jan Wanjiku, an expert in trade promotion. Ms. Wanjiku is creating digital corridor between Kenya's digital and India's fintech and IT startup. Please take the dais, ma'am.
Mr. Gopal Singh Rajput, trade councillor and a vital bridge for India-Brazil trade, is a visionary leader in economic diplomacy. We invite this champion of international synergy to join us on the dais.
Mr. Sergei Trotsuk, Senior Counselor, Belarus. He promotes industrial collaboration and expanding educational exchange. Please come to the dais, sir.
Mr. El Haji Ababakar Gay, First Counselor, Senegal. He is engaged in strengthening collaboration in agriculture, pharmaceuticals and technology exchange. Please come on the dais, sir.
Mr. Gebru Tekle, Second Secretary at Embassy of Ethiopia, is a key driver of economic diplomacy and South cooperations between Ethiopia and India. Please come to the dais, sir.
Mr. Atmagambitov Fmek Yemek, Second Secretary, Kazakhstan. He supports energy cooperation and emerging technology partnerships. Please come on the dais, sir.
It is a proud moment indeed. A feeling of gratification from the PIBM family, which is seeing such esteemed guests. Sirs, your presence has filled the student community with new vigor. We are looking forward to a discussion that provides us an understanding of how we can move ahead in a mutually beneficial academic ecosystem that not only provides us with a learning curve, but also opens our horizons to a world which is today increasingly moving beyond borders, where each one of us contributes to the larger progress of the world at large. Thank you for taking out the time from your very busy schedules and being with us today. Our students would be keenly following this discussion, as we know the takeaways would hugely benefit their academic curve. Our discussion focuses on education as a catalyst for youth in BRICS and partner countries. So, my first question. Should countries prioritize AI research and AI workplace training? This has become quite an important part of college curriculum today, and we are seeing automation becoming the next buzzword to progress, with agentic AI and augmenting AI increasingly becoming the buzzwords today. Should AI research be prioritized, sirs? Any of our panelists can take this forward. Be more than happy to have our answers. Ma'am.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to make a response on the importance of AI in the current situations that we are finding ourselves in. We have just had the statistics here where we have been informed that the developing world and the developed countries, we are looking at the SMEs. What is their contribution to the GDP? But how many of them are employed? So we are talking about them seeking their own employment, because the government today, they cannot provide platforms or employ everyone. But when you are AI certified, AI powered, you don't need to be employed by anyone. You only need to understand the global market. You go through the global markets and find there is a lot of employment that you can get through the platform, digital platforms, the chat GTPs, those many of them. I only understand one, but there are so many of them. You only need to get acquainted with AI platforms and you are good to go in the market. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very insightful indeed. Sir, do you foresee a transformation in education today? I mean, rote learning is totally out. Internships, industry collaborations, incubation centers are increasingly finding space in colleges. This has brought a new dimension to learning. What more can be done, sir, for us to improve the educational curve?
Namaskar, everyone. Thank you so much. And I'm so extremely grateful to be part of this important meeting among those biggest leaders of the future. Regarding the theme itself, education, training, skill development, that's the most important things nowadays. So to leverage the poverty for most of developing countries, we need to join the hand together. And as the first question is thinking about AI, because the gap between developing country and developed country, there's a huge gap. We have to narrow it. How? So the only one tools we have today is the technology. Let's use this technology, and I think the Prime Minister, they say, Futumbukama, as you are calling all the times, India is leading the global south. In this regard, we can collaborate between our two countries to give a skill to our youth. Most of, I saw the PPTs of the chairman showing that most of the developing countries, they're facing issue in terms of giving work to their country citizens, especially the youth. So the best way, as you are saying, we have to connect institution, business sector, and also university to work together. In this regard, our workforce are like the youth currently with some, those who are graduates, we have to skill them and show them the right way to create. Like SMSME developing, adding value to our raw material instead of exporting them in the natural world. It's giving more benefits to the country and growing the GDP of the countries. In this regard, Chad is willing to work together with India and all the institutions in India to reinforce this capacity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we are keen to hear, what does the future ready graduate look like in 2030, in your understanding, sir?
Thank you so much for this organizer, Mr. Joshi, and PIBM to given the opportunity to me. And I don't have much data on this, but since I was rushed to, my ambassador told me to have to go. We have a delegation, 300 company from Brazil, including the Brazilian president. But yes, we have some program, is not to the, I'm going out of the way, but we have a program PECG, which any student from India and from university willing to join that, we have some link, which is the program started from 2026, not yet to enroll, and they can go on. In case you want to job creation, we have a small and medium enterprises called Sabrai in Brazil, which can be approached for that your opening company and jobs abilities. And also we have an organization called Apex Brazil, which is inaugurated by our president recently, and they have office in New Delhi, which is supposed to promote Brazilian exports to India, as well as give some opportunity to Indian companies and Brazilian companies, and also attract investment. Thank you so much. I have a link. In case anybody interested for that, I have shared to one gentleman student just now. In case anybody interested for that, I will give to the things. Also that you have approached to our consulate in Bombay. We have Bombay consulate. I'm from Delhi office. And we have some links to they can go to, or maybe reach to our cultural section. I am from the Trade section of Embassy. In case related to trade inquiry, I am available for the Indian businessman and the student. And so you can approach. I will share that our cultural section, which is headed by another diplomats in the embassy. So thank you so much for the opportunities.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, question for you. Do you feel more policies are required to strengthen employment of the youth today, both at the government and industry level, sir? You feel more policies would be required to strengthen the youth of the country? Sir, at policies in terms of education policies, in terms of government policies to strengthen the youth, empower them, do you think? Yeah.
Thank you for the question. Yes, we can have such a policy that education and industries or economy sectors go together. It's kind of targeted training of specialists. In Belarus, for example, we promoting the practice-oriented training. Cooperation with employers has been gaining momentum, and universities have their offices. It is more than 1,100 offices at high-tech enterprises of the country, organizations of the high-tech park, one of the largest IT cluster in Eastern Europe, and the institutes of the National Academy of Sciences and other organizations of economy sector. I think such a policy, when businesses and business education, industry and the other economy sectors go together, should be promoted, and it will bring much more effect. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. So, as a college, how can we play a role in skilling global labor force? A center of excellence can be looked at maybe at a college level so that each country can reap benefits from each other's expertise. Your views on that, sir?
Okay. सबसे पहले आप सभी को नमस्कार। मेरा नाम गब्रू है, मैं इथियोपिया दूतावास से हूँ और आप सभी को आप सबका मिलकर बहुत अच्छा लगा। Okay. Thank you, moderator. Regarding skill, AI, technology, innovation. I want to, raise 3 points related to these aspects from my country's view and also from global perspective. So, education in Ethiopia. Here we can say the government of Ethiopia has undertaken remarkable education reforms focused on improving education, artificial intelligence, and innovation. And to focus on the artificial intelligence, the government of Ethiopia has established one institute, and it is called Ethiopian Artificial Intelligence Institute. Nowadays, we have also established Artificial Intelligence University Innovation Pod, AI Unipod, which is, I think, among the first global universities for AI. So especially this new AI Unipod is a specialized hub for AI only at the university level. And this will become operational after 6 months. And this is a major milestone in the country's technological and educational development. Plus, it makes Ethiopia tech hub of Africa. And sir, as you said, from the global perspective, when we see global platforms like BRICS platform, so there is the BRICS network universities. So we can share experiences. At the same time, we can also work in a collaborative manner, because this network of universities under BRICS is a collaborative consortium of higher education institutes from BRICS member countries. And for sure, this protocol will promote joint research and some educational exchange. So we are the country, Ethiopia. We are ready to collaborate, and we're ready to have partnerships with BRICS plus countries, as well as other global institutions and countries also. And here I cannot mention one thing. We are ready for partnership in the education sector, not only in AI, in any aspect, be it science, be it technology related, be it AI. We are ready for partnership in the education sector. And regarding youth cooperation and employment, I want to mention one thing. Here at the country, we have Ethiopia's youth policy. We have a policy only for youth. And we focus on on upgrading their educational skill, vocational and technical skills. And we have lots of college, universities that focus on upgrading these skills. And for sure, with the experience we get from other countries and other global platforms, for sure our country will implement the youth policy effectively. So in countries like India, they have great experience, especially in technology and science. And this time we are ready to collaborate with them. And the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, he visited my country 2 months ago and met my Prime Minister, and they had a great meeting, and it was a very successful official state visit. And following the visit, there are positive outcomes. Yesterday I was checking the Embassy of India in Ethiopia's website, and they were they have posted one post which helps increase the educational relations between the two countries. And there are some 130 plus scholarships for Ethiopian students. So this is positive outcome. So the Ethiopian students will come to India, and this is one way how we can improve the people-to-people interaction, plus also the education and the collaboration in education sector. So this is one positive outcome, as I said. So I hope we will work together with other countries too, and the BRICS platform, plus with in a bilateral relation with other countries. So thank you so much. Bahut dhanyawad.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the whole concept of education is that global best practices need to be shared. China is the hub of manufacturing, while Nigeria is the largest oil and gas producer in Africa. Can we look at an exchange of how best we can share our best practices with each other through education and exchange?
Hello everyone, thank you for everything. It is a great privilege for me to be here with you, and this is my second visit in these beautiful cities. Yes, I agree with you. This is, firstly, I think it's needed to provide exchanges, our practices, our knowledgeable between universities, our two countries. I mean India and Kazakhstan. Also in Kazakhstan we have any education programs created by Ministry of Education, Republic of Kazakhstan, and taking these opportunities, I would like to brief you on your study in Kazakhstan project implemented by the ministry. This comprehensive initiative aimed at promoting Kazakhstan as a regional academic hub in Central Asia, advancing the export of educational services and enhancing the international competencies, the national higher education systems. Also, I want to manage that we have any strategic partnerships with other countries. It's like from university, from United States, United Kingdom, China, Russia, Germany, France, and Italy. And between these countries, we exchange our best practices in other sectors and the IT sectors, oil and gas sectors also, because it's our priority sectors in Kazakhstan. And as I remember, it's for about 8,000 tourists, 8,000 Indians students now studied in Kazakhstan, and this is figure it's developed from year by year. This is all I feel. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. So to sum up before we throw the floor open for questions and answers, is that, we've understood that AI is going to be the driving force. We've also understood that synergy of ideas, synergy of best practices. The world today does not work in silos. We work as a team. So I think what the panelists have clearly said, that the more discussions we have, the more exchanges we have, the more academic and industry interfaces we have, progress can be there bilaterally across countries, across continents. Sirs, it's been a pleasure to have you with us. We would now like the students to ask a few questions, and we'll keep it short because we are working against the clock. So students, we may not have time for more than 3 or 4 questions. So please, if you can, please quickly come up one by one. Maybe you can stand one behind the other so it becomes much easier for us to take the questions one after the other, please. Do you have a mic, please? Yeah.
Good evening. Vishwa Lakshmi this side from Marketing Department. So we're very delighted to have you on board with us. So my question for all of you is that should entrepreneurship be treated as a core skills or just any alternate career option in higher education? If yes, then how entrepreneurial thinkings can be aligned across different disciplines?
So the question is about entrepreneurial journey. How can entrepreneurship be imbibed or be a discipline that can move across sectors? So what is it? What is the requirement to be an entrepreneur today? Basically, sir, if any of you can kindly answer that, would be nice. Sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and really appreciate the question. In my point of view, of course, entrepreneurship is the most important course nowadays because the issue of youth, and I can give the experience from my country. Most of the graduate students, they are thinking after graduation to be like in the civil force or servant, as a civil servant. And that's the most of issue for developing country, especially in Africa. So when they graduate, they don't have any way of doing job or getting job. And also that's not helping in terms of sustainable development or economic growth. In this regards, our government itself, in its policy, implemented a high political level Ministry of Youth and Entrepreneurship. So Ministry of Youth and Entrepreneurship is focusing on how it can implement discipline regarding entrepreneurship in the courses and skill development. And now we are thinking about also universities, how courses may take into entrepreneurship. In this regard, we are really looking in the Indian system because even in these developing countries, but if we see the numbers of youth getting skills, and the Ministry of Skills, I know that, is helping people to develop more things and also creating their own business, SMEs. And since the corona pandemic, we saw that people are very scared about the issues. But as you say, AU and the fintech are more creating and adding value. People, they are owning their own business. So from developing countries, we have no raw materials. We have all the resources. We have water, other things. But we have to create those links. Link between, and I think link between entrepreneurship and education. We don't have just to teach people to be lawyers, but they have to be related to business. How lawyers can be helps agriculture farmers to set up their business, how it can help them to issue their land issues and other things. So that's a major thing. And from our government side, we are giving like there's a fund especially for entrepreneurships, around $1 billion in our currency, and every year we are looking to give like 50,000 fund to any youth to be create and develop the entrepreneurship, and they reimburse without any interest.
Okay, so thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I think we will have to end here because the panelists also have other commitments and we're already racing against the clock. So in the interest of time, we'd like to end the panel discussion and say a very warm thank you to all our panelists who have been gracious enough to come and give us their insights. Thank you so much, sirs and ma'am.
Panelists, I request you to please be seated for a while, please.
Yeah, thank you.
What an enriching and thoughtful, provoking discussion we have just witnessed. Now I call upon Mr. Mahendra More, sir, Acting Director, PGDM, on the stage for the felicitation. Yes. Mr. Al-Hajidi Abakar Goué, First Councillor, Embassy of Republic of Senegal. I request Mahendra More, sir, to felicitate him. As he was not there available before, that's why we are felicitating him now.
I also request Ms. Delvin Amy Michelle Cudrago to come forward for the felicitation.
Guys, welcome ma'am with a huge round of applause.
All the dignitaries on the stage, on the stage.
बैच में बुलाओ maybe 50 or 80 students sure दो तीन बैच में ले लेके ऊपर जाते हैं
नहीं सर एक बस फोटो के लिए आप प्रश्न करना लगेगा
Thank you so much, sir. Requesting all the panelists and dignitaries to come forward on the stage for a group photograph, please. Requesting all the students to come forward for a group photograph, please. Some students for a group photograph, please. Sir, please.
just stand here for the photograph
Students, please be here. Requesting students to please sit down so that the photo would be very good. Please settle down, please. Requesting students to please sit down for a group photograph, please. Thank you. Requesting faculties to also come on the stage, please. Requesting students to please settle down. Requesting students to please settle down. अगर इतना दिमाग नहीं है, अगर settle down होने Thank you so much. Students, please settle down fast. Students are requested to please take their seats.
अबे जल्दी बैठो अरे बिठाओ डिग्निटरीज को यहीं पे बिठाओ तुम क्या कर रहे हो यार डिसिप्लिन वाले नहीं है
Students, please settle down fast. To deliver the vote of thanks, it's my honor to call upon Professor Mokshi Gambhir on the stage, please.
Thank you.
respected dignitaries, distinguished delegates, esteemed faculty members, and dear participants. As we come to the close of the August gathering, it is my proud privilege to extend the vote of thanks. At the outset, I extend our deepest gratitude to today's chief guest, Honorable Shri Dr. Vinod Kumar D. Gaikwad, Indian Foreign Service, Regional Passport Office, for gracing this occasion with his presence. Our heartfelt thanks to all the excellencies and dignitaries. Your participation has enriched this dialogue with diverse global perspectives. I would also like to express sincere gratitude to our respected chairman, PIBM Group of Institutes, Raman Preet sir, for providing us with a platform for organizing such a showcase event. Additionally, we are extremely thankful to our revered directors, HODs, all the faculty members, staff, and very importantly, the whole organizing committee, and our student volunteers, whose tireless efforts ensured the smooth execution of this mega global conference. And how can I forget our very wonderful audience? Thank you for your cooperation, thank you for your time, thank you for your attention. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
We kindly request all the students to please rise as our guests depart for high tea in G3. Designated faculty and students are requested to lead the way, and we ask rest of the audience to please remain seated.
Students are requested to please remain seated.